Good evening, my friends. I want to welcome all of my friends that are watching this live on Facebook, as well as on LinkedIn or on my YouTube channel. We are getting closer and closer to Christmas, and I am already in the Christmas spirit. Let me just take a scroll down here and look and see who's here. Okay. I fear not the man who has practiced 10,000 kicks once, but I fear the man who has practiced one kick 10,000 times. Now, Bruce Lee is probably the number one martial arts expert in the world. Um, I think he's listed number one. The bottom line is motivational quotes like this are a very important part of the whole process of networking and building relationships with people on any social network. Your one kick step to mastering every social network is my four-step formula. Create a page, put yourself out there, connect with people. In most cases, you are already connected to people. Then communicate with them, talk to them. And in the course of talking to them, ask them some questions, qualify them as to whether or not they're really a prospect for your business, so that you can then close the people that clearly would be great candidates for your business. You're not here to sell. Social networking law number 2. You're not looking to sell. You're looking to see if there's an opportunity to sell. It's so simple that anyone can master it. Anyone. It's practice. Now, the key to effective engagement, or I should say effective engagement, is the key to your success. Engagement, talking to people. That's what it's all about. Talking to people. The more people you can talk to on a daily basis about your business, the faster your business is going to grow. Now, the ripple effect of your posts on LinkedIn and Facebook can start conversations that result in sales. Now, last week I put the hat on. It's my favorite time of year. But the bottom line is you don't have to wait until Christmas Day or 2 or 3 days before Christmas to start wishing people a Merry Christmas, finding out what are they doing to celebrate. What you post, what people see, builds relationships with people without talking to them. So whether you're wishing somebody a Merry Christmas or you're inquiring about their circumstances because the weather's bad, or a bad weather strategy, outrageous results. We had somebody earlier today that said they used it because folks down, I think it was in Tennessee, big tornadoes. I think 6 people died. And of course, we're leading up to New Year's Eve. The magic of posting gifts. We got 14 days until Christmas. It's unbelievable. It starts conversations. It enables you to maintain relationships with people. So whether you're wishing someone a Merry Christmas or you're reaching out to them now, how are you going to sell? I want to wish you a Merry Christmas. How are you going to celebrate? Where will you be on Christmas Day? What are your plans for the holidays? Now, for those of you that are in boot camp, tomorrow night is our second session of boot camp, and we're going to show you how you can literally create your own gifts, moving images. How will you celebrate? Now, LinkedIn has many new tools that will become your secret weapons. I'm scrolling down here and I'm looking to see if there's anybody that's new. Now, if you're watching this on Facebook, you're watching this on LinkedIn, obviously, I can't see if you're new. The Project Launch strategies. Amazing. And, it's funny, but I introduced this. I used to share the Project Launch script with my coaching students. And then I introduced it during our weekend events, our top runner retreat. Top runner retreat. Bear with me for just 1 second. Okay. Now, the Project Launch script. About 5 years ago, I introduced it to my boot camp students. And about 3 months later, I neglected doing it because, frankly, it was so powerful. It worked so well that people were just going right to that. They were using it too early. So we pulled it out and we built into our boot camps proper training on how to use it. And it's been an important piece of my training. It's in my scripts book. In our new scripts book, we're talking about using Chat GPT. And in the last week and a half, working with a number of my coaching students who have been aggressively using it, we've come up with a whole wide range of suggestions on how to use it effectively. We'll be sharing that with everybody tomorrow. The Project Launch script gets you high response rates, high closing rates. One of my students got a 100% response rate and 80%, and he closed 80% of the people they talked to. Another one got a 60% response rate, but closed 20%. I have students that are closing 90% of the people that they talk to. You are all heading down the same road. Marissa used the Project Launch script in December to enroll 13 people in 10 days. Now, the one thing, when you hear stories like this, the one thing that you have to ask yourself is it something that you can do? Is it duplicatable? We hear stories of people that get into a business and in the first month, they bring in hundreds of people. Is that duplicatable? And in most cases, when you get behind the scenes, you'd have to say no. This is a person that had been in the business for 10 years, their company closed, they brought their members from their old company over to the new one. Can you do that? No. However, what you can do is you can find someone in a company that has a large circle of influence, bring them into your business, and the same thing is accomplished, which is one of the things that we talk about in our 3-day, top runner retreat. So what she did, just so we understand, Marissa had been an eBay store seller for 6 years. 6 years. And selling things on eBay is complex, it's expensive, and there's no residual income. You have to continuously try to sell things. So she jumped into a network marketing company. She reached out to the people on LinkedIn. There are 10,000 eBay store sellers and eBay sellers on LinkedIn. She reached out to hundreds with a script, and literally, well, you see that. She started on the 14th. I enrolled 2 people in my Melaleuca business yesterday, thanks to you and your scripts, and I got 2 appointments for tomorrow. On the 20th, I'm up to 6. Since I started last week, I never thought it would be so easy. And then finally, on the 26th, I've enrolled 13 prospects in 10 days. 6 are business builders. Thank you so much. You're awesome. Yes, I'm awesome, but more important than that, you're all awesome. What she did, anybody can do. If you have any clue, if you have any idea who would be an eager prospect for your business, they are easy to find. Easy to find on LinkedIn, more so than Facebook. Thanks to your launch script, I got more people to talk to than I can believe. It's better than your birthday script. My birthday script. Oh my God. Unbelievable. She sent it to 150 of her connections. 90 want more information. Showed the business of 60 people, have 12 business builders and 9 customers with the help of my upline. He called me on New Year's Eve. He wanted to know what I was doing. For those of you that are students that have the project launch script, the key is to be using it on people that you're already connected to. We have a script that you can use to introduce it to new people, but it's more effective if you're already connected to people. What did you know about your project launch script? 3 years ago, I enrolled 8 people between Friday and Monday. Al, after 1 coaching session, since we started working together last week, I enrolled 3 people. 1 was a business builder. He says, I'm loving it. It's meeting new people every day. It's like fishing. Fishing. The 1 business builder he brought in 750 people the first 15 days of December. Well, how do you do that? You find an unhappy network marketer, you bring them into your business, and then help them bring in members of their team. Steve, you used the launch script 8 times this week. 6 said yes. I don't show you these to try to impress you. I show you these to impress upon you what you can be doing, what everybody that you bring into your business can do. The other absolutely phenomenal script that has been around for a long time is my side hustle strategy. Side hustle. Personally, I've never liked the word, okay? But hey, I'm 77 years old, and the word hustle bothers me. You're not in a hustle, you're in a legitimate business. But the word hustle seems to have become very popular with younger generations, and so it's a side hustle. You want to be successful in network marketing, you have to go where the people are. Right? It doesn't matter what social network you're on. There are people behind those profiles. So the side hustle strategy has worked for years. 45% of working Americans are looking for a side hustle. I pulled all of this data off of the internet. It's amazing what you can learn. 45%. Side hustles provide people with extra money to cover basic costs. Do you have any idea how many people are looking for ways to make extra money? There's 140 million people on LinkedIn that are wearing that open to work frame around their picture. Only 15% of current side hustlers make more than $1,500 a month. Most side hustlers spend 5 to 10 hours a week on their business. What could people make in your business? More than half of side hustlers that were asked, 54% of them, earn less than $500 a month. You have the solution for people to make more money. And all you need to do it is a profile on Facebook, a profile on LinkedIn that is visible and that is designed to attract people to you. Probably one of my two favorite stories for the year. One is Sam. He enrolls 90% of the people that he talks to. 9 out of 10. He had 21 new team members in the last 3 weeks, and I'm still growing by the day. Your way of coaching gave me the reassurance to go from where I was for a few months, stuck, not going forward, getting rejection after rejection, to signing up 90% of the people. 90%. How many people did you talk to in your business last week? Let's go back to last month. How did you do in November? How many people did you enroll in your business in November? Whatever that number is. In December, you can beat that number. More people will be getting into network marketing in December and January than at any time of the year. When I was building a network marketing business, I signed up in 4 days, 20 people, 5 people every day. Funny things happen at this time of year. People start thinking about, what can I do to make more money? I want to get my wife a new car. I want to get presents. More important than that, what am I going to do to make 2024 better than 2023? Steve Green, FYI, 3 sales today, all directly traced to contacts I made. Best of all, I'm just getting started. About a week and a half later, he sent me this. The person I brought in 4 of her friends and has 8 more to bring in. What a ride. Buckle up, my friends, because there is nothing, absolutely nothing preventing you from doing any of these things. Carol Pierce made 10 presentations, enrolled 8 customers in 6 days. Ended up having the best month in June I ever had in 15 years of my business. Advanced 1 rank level. Her life has changed. Now, Carol, everybody's got a story. Carol had been in one network marketing company for 15 years, loved the products, but was never able to make any money. Number one, the company didn't have very good online tools. She was working with one of the top earners in the company. However, he was anti-social media. He was a phone person. No help, no support there. Well, she went through 2 boot camps and she realized this is the way I got to do it. She was a phenomenal communicator and she was achieving success. She was bringing people into the business, but it was difficult to duplicate. And frankly, it wasn't that easy to market and promote because they didn't have any good online tools. We had to string together some videos off of YouTube. It was working. And then one day she calls me up. She says, Max, listen, I like my company. I love the products, but I want to make money. Maybe what I need to do is I need to jump into another network marketing company that's easier. I'm going to keep taking these products. So she jumped into another company in June. The last 6 days of the month, she used one of the scripts. She went back, used the project launch script, went back and reconnected with 10 people that she was already connected to and signed up 8 of them. 8 out of 10. Rank advanced the first month, Second month, she rank advanced. Third month, she rank advanced again. And she used LinkedIn. Now, coming in our December boot camp, we're releasing our new social message scripts book. I have to tell you, I have never been more excited about any scripts book I've ever released. This is integrated with ChatGPT. We've got new strategies with scripts that are being introduced for the first time. Newly revised strategies and scripts. We've gone back in and literally reworked some of our hottest strategies, and we've made them even hotter. We got new chat examples that end in sales, and we have new case studies that end in sales. Now, I'm going to talk about this tomorrow, but for those of you that are already using this, Chat GPT is all about using artificial intelligence. And so a number of my coaching students have been taking the scripts and they've been running through the artificial intelligence machine, if you want to call it that. Fascinating what they come up with. But in our coaching sessions over the last 3 days, yesterday, today, and last week, I'm noticing a pattern. The pattern is that these artificial intelligence programs are taking incredible scripts. They're reworking the words, they're changing things, they're diluting the effectiveness of the scripts. And so for those of you that are coaching students, we can use AI in many different ways, but I'm going to ask you not to use them with our initial scripts. Because when you think about it, my scripts for millions of people over 28 years, artificial intelligence, it's not your script, it's not your words, they're my words. And I will put my scripts against any artificial intelligence program out there. In bootcamp, I'm going to explain what they do and how they change things. The last thing a prospect should see whenever you send them a message is a question. It's the last thing. And what these artificial intelligence things do is, yes, they ask a question and then they make a statement after the question. Wrong. Now, when you know how to identify perfect prospects for your business on LinkedIn, before you make a connection and before you tell them about your business, something magical happens. Okay? You know ahead of time that this person clearly has a need. Maybe they have that open to work frame around their picture. They're telling you up front they need what you have. There's no guesswork. Your nervousness about talking to a prospect disappears. The more you do it, the more obvious the pattern becomes. And you're going to recognize when you're talking to someone and you're getting a great answer, when you're talking to somebody that's evasive, that doesn't answer your question. You're not on a desert island with a limited number of people to talk to. So as we move through this process, if you're not happy with the response, if you're not happy with the answer, stop talking to them, talk to somebody else. Your fear of being rejected by every prospect you talk to evaporates because you're only going to continue to talk to the people that clearly need what you have, that want what you have, and have the skills and experience to be successful in your business. Sam would stop talking to a prospect once they fell off his criteria. That's how we got 9 out of 10 people to look at it. Anxiety presenting your business to your prospect melts away. I've seen this happen over and over and over again. Your closing rates are going to increase along with your confidence. I'm looking at some of the people that are here, and I have to smile because I know Barbara, for example, is in a totally different place today than she was last April when she first started. Your income is going to rise substantially. So at the end of the day, we're going to measure everything by who we talk to. Now, remember, posting is going to be the most important part of your activity because it literally serves as a method of communication with your prospects without personally talking to them. You're going to fall in love with selling every day. When you get up in the morning, you go down to your computer, you jump into LinkedIn, you can see all the messages you got from people that you know clearly need what you have, want what you have. And it doesn't matter what you're selling. When I started working with Dan last year, he purchased a cleaning franchise, bought it for $150,000. They clean houses with drones. And he jumped into Melaleuca because if he doesn't clean a house, he doesn't get paid. He wanted to get into something that generated residual income. Wanted to go quick, so he jumped into my coaching program. He was eager. And after 2 coaching sessions, he was really getting close to getting the whole thing down. And his sponsor died. Did you know that 70% of the people in network marketing are orphans? In other words, the person that brought them into the business is no longer in the business. If there was a customer that told them about the products, the customer that told them about the products doesn't know how to build a business, isn't part of any kind of a team. So one of the reasons that network marketing has such a lousy reputation is because there's so many people that get into the business and they fail. That's why it's not that hard to find an unhappy network marketer. So when a sponsor dies, he's an orphan. Now, I have to admit that I would say that maybe 80% of the people that I work with in my coaching program are orphans. And I've become their upline. They come to me for information on training and business building. And I made that offer to Dan, but Dan said, you know what? Show me how to get customers for my cleaning business. Okay, Dan, you're selling houses. I mean, you're cleaning houses. What can you clean? So, man, we can clean anything. I've always wanted to clean office buildings or hotels or, bigger structures because we can charge more. Okay. So I showed him, first we had to identify the people connected with these different businesses that he could reach out and connect with. And connecting with people isn't difficult. It really isn't. But you have to use keywords. You have to use words that resonate with the people that you want to reach. So we got them going. And I'll let him tell you.
Hey, Dan, how are you?
Good. How are you?
Look, I've heard from a lot of students in the last 2 or 3 days. Last time we spoke, you had used the training that you got from me to expand your franchise business. And I think you said that, now they kind of brought you and made you a partner.
Yeah, they have actually, Max. Through using your system, one of the things that happened for me is that I learned how to contact people on LinkedIn. And some of those contacts became so powerful that I was able to close a major account with Verizon Wireless that we signed a contract for $20 million. That is to clean cell phone towers. But since then, we've also made contact with people that manage the municipal water towers and water treatment facilities. And in doing so, I mean, it just blown up my business. And it's like I said before, I never would have known how to contact people on LinkedIn. I never would have known to even use LinkedIn for that sort of thing if it hadn't been that I came across you through somebody when I was in networking. I was in network marketing. And I know a lot of people use it for network marketing, but it can be for anything. Just learning how to contact people is the biggest thing. It has been so powerful. It's just unbelievable that last year I was struggling financially. And then by the end of the year and this year, I will make over $2 million. It's unbelievable. I mean, it's like unbelievable. It's actually one of those things that was like, it's like one of those things I wasn't sure I believed it until it happened.
Now, what happened was he starts signing all these contracts, and the people that sold him the franchise were blown away. How did you do that? Where are you getting that? He connected with somebody on LinkedIn that owned 500 Pizza Huts. 500. It's like connecting with an unhappy network marketer. And the guy's cousin also owned 500. So he ends up getting a contract or 2 contracts to clean 1,000 Pizza Huts. The people that sold him the franchise made him a partner. LinkedIn is the greatest source of people that you could talk to. And he came back about, I think it was maybe 2 months later, and he gave me an update.
And I have to tell you, I love when former students come back. So we're broadcasting it right here. So I want to open this up, and I'm going to bring up Dan. And everybody's got a story. Dan has an amazing one. I just want to.
Hi, Max.
Hey, Dan, it's nice to see you.
How you doing?
I'm doing good. How are you doing is the question.
Living the dream life. That's all I can say. It's amazing. It's amazing. Beyond amazing. My business has exploded and we're just growing in leaps and bounds. We've got our biggest problem is getting enough people and equipment. And as you know, I use your principles outside of network marketing, but they're awesome in any walk of life.
I remember last year you made the comment that you were struggling financially to where you couldn't even put tires on your car.
That's true. That's true. And now we have 5 work vehicles, 5 drones. We in the process of buying another one, and we buy everything with cash.
What advice would you give anybody that was listening to you? And
I would say, it's all a numbers game, but at the same time, the numbers can be slanted in your favor. And that's what I think your process did for me, was slanted the numbers in my favor. I learned who to contact and how to contact the right people. And I was building a network marketing company, and I stopped just because I got kind of sideswiped when my sponsor died. And Jason was, just a great guy, and just kind of really set me back. But I was also using these in my personal business, and it just started taking off because of the contacts I was making. I was making local contacts and just started, it's taken off. And we just signed on to clean over 1,000 Pizza Huts. We are cleaning water towers and just things that I never would have imagined. And just the way it's all happened was really just because of making contacts, just expanding my network, contacting people in my area and contacting people outside of my area with the companies and the people I wanted to work with, and learning who those people were and how to message them. That was the thing that, knowing who to talk to is 1/4 of the bat. I think it's about 1/4 of it. It's knowing how to talk to people. That's the hardest part. Knowing what to say and knowing how to get that conversation going and keeping it going, and to the point where, to be able to say, okay, not right now for this person, that, they're focused on other things, but just knowing you know, I've had people that I talked to and I realized that, you know, the conversation wasn't going where I wanted it to, and it was a not right now. But you know what? We've come back and talked to those people again, and just in keeping up with little messages like how's, you know, happy birthday. And I've had people just say, oh hey, yeah, thank you. And you know what? I want to talk to you. By keeping up. And those little things matter, and building that relationship. Relationships have meant everything.
Yeah, it's all about relationship. Let me ask you, what was the biggest thing that you got from me when we were working in my coaching program?
How to talk to people.
That's right.
Talk to them. Being able and respond, and responding in a timely manner, but not being like a vulture and not being on top of people. I still get messages every day from vultures, people that make me feel like they're vultures. And I know they're just trying to build their business, but they shoot me messages, blind messages about telling me all about their business and how great it is and how much I could earn and all that stuff. And they don't even, and that's the very first message they send me. And you know what? I usually block them because, you know, to me, they're just they're not out there talking to people to work with people. For them, it's just, you know, they just want the money. And I've learned, help enough other people get what they want, and you get everything you could ever want.
Yeah, yeah.
And it's so true. It is the most truest thing I've ever heard.
Now, you're all going to discover this, okay? How quickly you learn it is going to determine how fast your business grows. The beginning of the year, I started working with Matthew, who worked for the DEA, 26 years. He was getting ready to retire, so we jumped into a network marketing business. His profile demonstrated his DEA work history, law enforcement, incredible credentials. So we got his page spruced up, showed him how to search, turned him loose. And then typically in the second and third coaching session, I'm jumping in and I'm helping him talk to people. And when I get in there, I find he has already brought up the business, introduced it, jammed it down people's throats. So I said, Matt, it's not the way it works. We're not here to sell. We're here to see if there's an opportunity to sell. Came back a week later, we went back into his account, he was still doing it. So to get his attention, I said, look, you're in law enforcement. When you go to arrest someone, you have to read them their Miranda rights, right? He says, yeah. So what happens if you don't read someone their Miranda rights? You can't arrest them. Or if you do arrest them, they're going to throw them out. So I went on the internet and I pulled up the speech. You have the right to remain silent. Anything you say can and will be used against you in a court of law. You have the right to talk to a lawyer and have him present with you while you're being questioned. If you cannot afford to hire a lawyer, one will be appointed to represent you before and any questions if you wish. He broke out laughing. It was hysterical, but it was a big aha moment for him. I got this from him a couple of days later. Signed up 5 people in the last 3 days. Everybody that you talk to is like planting a seed in a garden. What you do to nurture that seed with posting, with engagement, builds a relationship to the time that they're ready to look at your business. Now, LinkedIn and Facebook have changed, and they've added many, many new features. Features that will generate nonstop leads and sales. You have to turn them on. We look at some of the profiles of people here, you're going to see you're not visible. People can't see what you're doing. Now, your business does not slow down in December unless you do. So whether you're a new student, a loyal student, old friend, or an eager entrepreneur that wants to take your business to the next level before the end of the year, you're going to have a number of unfair advantages over your competition with the information and recruiting strategies that I'm going to share with you. They will become your secret weapon. You can beat your competition to the best prospects on LinkedIn and Facebook, break recruiting records, build your team faster, have your upline scratching their heads wondering how you're doing it. You can experience explosive growth in December Your business will not slow down unless you do. There are people waiting to talk to you right now. Inflation and the rising cost of everything is causing more people to jump on LinkedIn because they need or want to find ways to generate additional income on a full-time or part-time basis. LinkedIn now has 1 billion professional members. Large companies are laying off tens of thousands of employees. One of my coaching students today was talking to somebody, the company just laid off 150 people. In December, you got more social events, parties, and family get-togethers than the whole rest of the year put together. Combining all of these factors results in two important things. One, people are going to spend more money. Two, people need more money. You can sell the biggest package that your company offers, because everything that a person does in setting up a new business is a tax deduction. Sign somebody up in your business and they do the work in December, then they can write it off, their taxes, when they start doing the paperwork in January. Was one of the reasons I signed up 5 people 4 days in a row. With that in mind, understand that in December, more people will be seeking part-time work, looking to find a better paying job or a new job, looking to find ways to make money from home than at any other time of the year. Now, some of my prospecting and recruiting strategies, tactics, and scripts only work in December because they revolve, working around the holidays. When used correctly, they'll enable you to dramatically increase the size of your existing network and experience significant rank advancement before New Year's Eve. Many of the recent changes made by LinkedIn have made my strategies, tactics, and scripts even more effective than ever before. And some of their changes have made portions of my training material obsolete because those features don't exist anymore. So every time you make a connection, it's like planting a seed in a garden. And through engagement, posting, texting, chatting, you develop the relationship. The seed begins to sprout. And when they're ready, like reaching into a garden and pulling out a ripe tomato, when they're ready, you can bring them into your business. You will end up making more money than you've ever made before in your business. So how would you feel if you knew in advance who the people are that would be perfect prospects for your business? You know ahead of time, before you ever started the conversation, how would you feel? That's how you're going to feel. And the more you do it, the easier it gets. The more you do it, the better you get at it. Just don't be in a hurry. You're planting seeds. How would you feel if you could bring people into your business on a daily basis? There are people that are doing it, and unless you're on their team, they're not going to tell you how. Let me pop over to LinkedIn. Okay. Well, that's Facebook. Let me bring LinkedIn up. Now, okay, so let's look at Rufus. So Rufus, I'm going to guess this is you because we're connected. Hey, good evening, Rufus.
Hey, Max, how you doing?
I'm doing good. Let me just take a quick peek at your profile. Okay, a couple of things. First, your settings are off because, see, I can see your followers. And if I can see your followers, what that means is that you've changed your settings so that people can see your posts. And when you do that, in other words, you become what they call a content creator. Unfortunately, when you do that, what happens is you remove the connect button from your profile. You want to make it easy for people to reach out and connect to you. One of the reasons why LinkedIn is doing this is because so many negative, so many people are jumping on LinkedIn and they are breaking all the rules. They're violating the terms of service. And so what LinkedIn has done is they've come up with a strategy to protect all of their paying members. And so you kind of bought into that. Now, there are 4 important parts of your profile. Your picture. Like the picture.
Okay.
Your banner cover. Your headline. And the about section, which here it is right here. Make money, make money. Now, you put this up and you're waiting for people to reach out to see your profile. You attract them by posting things. But instead of waiting for people to find you, you can proactively go out and look for people to talk to. Looking for people that you know in advance need what you want. Discover how you can possess an never increasing capital base that enjoys you to enjoy a lifestyle of not having to borrow because your wealth increases more rapidly than you can spend it. Let's make it happen. So who would be, now that message would appeal to a lot of people. What are you marketing? What are you trying to, well, what if I said, hey, Rufus, that really sounds good to me. What do I have to do? How can you help me do that? What's it going to cost me?
What will it cost you?
Yeah. I mean, obviously you're promoting something, you know, to help these people. What do I have to do to so I can have this ever increasing capital base?
Okay, so I'm assuming I would explain, well, tell them that what I do is connect people with systems that will allow them to generate passive/residual based income.
Okay. All right.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So in other words, you're going to connect me to a system that's going to help me create this income.
Yes.
Okay. So I'm ready. I got a check here, a credit card. What's it gonna cost me?
Well, a couple of systems, the major system that I am promoting right now will simply cost you $20 to get started.
Okay. All right, that's to get started.
Mm-hmm.
But you don't make any money if you sell me a $20 system. So sell me the big system. What's it gonna cost me?
Well, the largest system that I market is about, and it has to do with cryptocurrency.
Okay.
And so to get started there right now, because cryptocurrency fluctuates, it's about $600.
Okay, that's the most expensive thing you got.
Yes.
Okay. Now, so how do I make money?
Well, you make money in the $20 system. You make money by you pay your $20 and then you are, I would say, required, or the only thing you have to do is bring 3 people to the table.
Mhm.
You bring those 3 people to the table, and you are paid in it's a residual based payment from that. And as you bring those 3 people, of course, it is designed to duplicate. And as it duplicates, then your pay becomes greater. And the system is designed to pay not just you, but in this particular one, it pays 6 people above you in the line.
Mhm.
So the larger it gets, of course, the greater your income becomes. And the income is residual because it's $20 in that sense is a subscription. It's a subscription-based system.
Gotcha. Okay, so let me show you something. All right.
Mm-hmm.
There are people on LinkedIn right now that have lost their jobs.
Yeah.
So we could come up here and let me bring up. We go over here and we're going to say, show me the people on LinkedIn who are looking for opportunities.
Mm-hmm.
They lost their job. So you've got 200,000 people that are looking for an opportunity. Now, they're waiting to talk to you. They're waiting to talk to somebody. However, you can't talk to them. Okay, these are people that want to make $500 a week. They want to make $1,000 a week. You tell me, hey, listen, I've certainly, I could write you a check for $20. Okay, but that's not going to help these people. And frankly, it's not going to help you for a while anyway, generate the kind of income that the average person is looking to earn. So right out of the gate, your headline here needs to be redone. The other thing is, if we come down here and we look at this about section, right? So we're talking about systems. Now, so what you're doing here is you're selling something. Now I come down here and look at your experience. So for 15 years, cross global networks. What did you do before you did this?
Taught school.
I'm sorry?
I was a teacher.
Okay. Okay. Let me ask you a question. Were you ever in the military?
Yes, I was.
What branch?
Army.
Okay. Let's go back up here. All right, looking for opportunities. Let's see how many teachers are online looking for an opportunity. You got 179,000 teachers right now that are looking for an opportunity. We could do teacher period. Forget about whether they're looking or not. You got 21 million teachers that are online that you could be talking to, but you'd have to change. You can't talk to these people the way your profile is set up. Number one, they don't know that you are a teacher. Your profile demonstrates your history. Everything that's on your profile gives you credibility with all the other teachers. Now, you said you were in the Army. Let's see how many people that were in the Army are on LinkedIn. 1.2 million. Now, you don't want the people that are in the Army. You want people in the Army that are retired. You got 64,000 people. You also have U.S. Army veterans that you could be talking to. Well, there's 55,000 veterans. And probably one of the best groups of people would be U.S. Army they're transitioning out of the Army. You got 8,300 people. All right. These are the people that you would clearly want to talk to. The issue is, and you can sell them anything. Okay. So why sell them a $20 deal? All right. Granted, they start with $20, then they go up to 60, then they go up to 100. The example that I used earlier with Sam is selling a $5,000 package. He's sold one a day, 3 weeks in a row, $5,000. And he has a 90% closing ratio. In other words, 9 out of 10 people he talks to are buying what he's selling. So what first thing you got to do is let everybody know who you are. Right now, you don't give yourself credibility at all. You know, your experience. How long were you in the Army?
7 years.
Okay, so they paid you while you were in the Army, right?
Yes, they did.
So that's like a job. So you list. This is better than a resume. You put all the things that you've done, right? And it's part of what we call your social media DNA. I had a student that was paranoid. He never wanted to do anything on Facebook. He couldn't believe all the stuff that people did. So we set up his profile right from scratch. And as we're filling in the blanks, I says, well, what high school did you go to? So he told me. So he listed his high school. We got halfway through his profile. And then I said, before we're done for today, let's just post something. So he posted a joke. 5 hours later, he's contacted by someone that he went to high school with that he hadn't talked to in 40 years. Saw the joke. He saw him because of the high school connection. They ended up talking on the telephone. The guy signed up in his business. I got a message from him the other day. He says, I'm on cloud 9 or cloud 10. I can't believe how easy this can be. It starts with your profile. Your profile is designed to make you appealing to the person that you want to sell to. You could sell anything, anything. So it comes down again. And so this needs to be about you. And in the course of talking about yourself, what you're doing is you're showing to people why or how they would benefit from working with you, why they would want to know you. And that's, that's what makes this whole thing so easy, and at the same time makes it more fun. So every day, let me just
Excuse me.
yeah.
Question. Okay, so my I know you said my picture was okay and my banner's okay. Is that correct?
I'm not crazy about the banner.
Okay.
I mean, it's not hurting you, but it isn't necessarily helping you. I'll give you an example. If we go over and let's take a look. Let's look at Kurt. Now, Kurt and I have known each other for a long time. He's made millions in network marketing. So you look at his headline, "The Life You Desire is Waiting for You." Internet entrepreneur, multi-million-dollar earner. He's literally making himself appealing to the people that he wants to go out and he wants to reach. I could go up here. So Gary. He's a lifestyle transitioning mentor. He works with people. Once you begin to change, so will the world around you. You become the person that the person on the other end would benefit from knowing. Then it's strictly a matter of having a conversation, not to sell them anything, but to learn if there's an opportunity to sell them something. So if you could do that, all right, and you knew you could reach out to 10, 15, 20 people a day, and you could make 1 or 2 sales a day. I just lost my job, okay? I need to make $1,000 a week. So signing up with you is going to get me nothing. I can't wait. But if you could sell me something that would enable me to make a couple of $1,000s right away, I'm yours. All right. And so that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to put in the chat window some links. One, to register for my December boot camp, which just started. And I'm going to put in a promotion code with a code so that it'll only cost you $59 to join. And I'm also going to put in a second link, which is my twofer. So you can participate in my December boot camp, my January boot camp, and pay less than one boot camp. What you're going to learn in there is how to turn this profile into a money machine. You're trying to build a team. You want something to duplicate. You have to give people something that they can do right away. Okay? If I've got to put together a system, I don't care how easy the system is to put together. It's too slow. It's too slow. You want to be able to bring somebody into your business and help that person make money right away. Okay? And so this so basically what you're doing here is you're selling systems. So let's click here and see what happens. All right, now this is nice, but see, what you've done here, and this is a common mistake for people, is click here to gain knowledge. Now, so let me ask you, is this working for you?
It could work better, but it has.
Okay.
I'm just giving information here. I'm not telling them what I do per
No,
se.
I understand that. I understand that. Now, click here. So you're doing what a lot of people are doing, and they're letting, oh, just put this page up there, let people see it, and you're letting this do that, but so putting up all of these. So I'm going to put my name in. I'm going to put my email in, and I'm going to put my phone number in. And now I'm basically part of a system. And then you're going to email me stuff. You're going to call me. And I promise you that whatever you're getting from this approach, from this page, is a fraction of what you would get if you took this stuff off and you start instead of, and I would say the same thing. If you were promoting Amway, you were promoting Melaleuca, you were promoting any network marketing company, you take that stuff off. This profile needs to be all about you. Okay, former school teacher, now successful online entrepreneur that helps people transition from working for somebody else to having their own business. Now you could go on here on LinkedIn. Let me shut these down. You could go on here and say, you know what? Bed Bath & Beyond just closed all of their stores. They went bankrupt. You go on LinkedIn, it's 56,000 people that work for Bed Bath & Beyond. They're all out of work. You go up here and let's do a search for store managers. You got 24,000 managers. They all lose a job. Every one of them has this open to work frame around their picture.
Hmm.
And they could be a store manager, a department manager. So let's focus on store managers. You got 8,100 store managers. Now we come down. Here's a store manager in Naples, Florida. Here's a store manager in Maryland. Let's look at David. When you start looking at these people, store manager, worked for them for 24 years.
Mm,
He lost his job. He lost his whole career.
yeah.
Okay. Now you reach out to him with your profile. Well, first of all, you can't, because he wouldn't even look at it. He'd go, "Oh my God, one of those people," because there are millions of people on LinkedIn that are taking your approach, that are reaching out to people. I could log into my network right here. So here's some. Oh, here's Nicolay, whatever his name is.
Hmm.
Okay, so here he wants to be. I'm from the flawlessmlm.com team. We've successfully launched over 400 MLM projects. I'd be interested in exchanging experience. Okay. Do I need to talk to this guy? Absolutely not. Would I be interested in talking to this person? You look at his profile. Now he's in the Ukraine.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Now I'm looking at some of the people that he knows. Jason Barreco is a good friend. The bottom line is the only reason I create cutting edge business ideas to come down here and we look at his experience. So he's been doing this for 6 years. What did he do before? What is he selling now? I guarantee you that this isn't working for him. Just like, with all due respect, your system isn't working for you. It can't be. Can't be. If I was looking to make $1,000 a week, it would take me too long to do it the way you're trying to do it.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. And frankly, there are too many people out there today that want a legitimate opportunity to generate serious income, and they would have to be involved in your business for God knows how long before they'd ever make serious income. Am I right?
Well, to a point, because the $20 situation, that's just the start point.
Well, I understand that. Okay. But
It's bigger.
right. But I would bet you, if you turn around and took an honest look at the people that you signed up in your business in the first quarter, January, February, and March. How many of those people are still in your business? You don't have to answer. Okay, you don't have to answer.
Okay.
But I would bet you that a large percentage of those people are no longer in your business. All right, because it didn't happen fast enough for them. You want to bring people into your business. You want to be able to help them succeed. But you have to put yourself out there as the person that could help them succeed. And so what you're doing doesn't do that. It doesn't accomplish that. So what I did was, like I said, if you check the chat, I put a link in there that my suggestion is jump into our December boot camp. Now, for those of you that are in boot camp, tomorrow night is our second session. First session was recorded, and we're going to be jumping into connecting with people. Now, I'm going to be introducing some new scripts for connecting with people. And I hope to have the new scripts book uploaded by 7 o'clock tomorrow. I threw in a couple of additional case studies, so I may have jammed up the works. You already have when you jump in a boot camp, if you want to get ahead, you can watch a recorded session of the November boot camp. We already did the first session on creating your page. Tomorrow night, it's all about connecting with people, searching for them, how to find the best prospects for your business. Then on Thursday, how to communicate with them, how to talk to them, how to learn if these people indeed have the aptitude, have the income to jump into your business. And then our final session is going to be closing the sale. We come down here, you have the profile guide, which will step you through the process of creating a proper profile. And you have our private message scripts, which, like I said, is in the process of being replaced with an updated version. But for now, this is more than what all of you need. The one last thing that I also want to say is we're going to talk about using Chat GPT. And based on the experience that I'm seeing people having, because I'm jumping into their accounts and I'm looking at the conversations they're having with people, I'm looking at what Chat GPT has done with my scripts. And they haven't been an improvement. Okay? AI, artificial intelligence. For 28 years, I have been providing network marketers just like you with a form of artificial intelligence. It's not your intelligence, it's my intelligence. You're using my scripts, you're using my words. And from what I see when we run these things through Chat GPT, I thought it was fascinating. You know, you come up with some really neat stuff, but it is not as effective as the original scripts that you're getting. Okay, and you don't know things until we try it. They're certainly going to be great, and I'm not saying that it won't work, because at the end of the day, whether it works or not, I mean, that's the most important thing. Is it working? Are you talking to 10 people every day about your business? How many of those people are you closing every day? And the next thing, more than anything else, are you making any money? And let's look at the money you're making. Is it residual in nature? Go back and look at how many people you all brought into your business in the first quarter, January, February, and March. Are they still in your business? How about April, May, and June, second quarter? How many of those people are still in your business? September, October. How many people are you talking to? The only way you build a growing, robust income source that is truly generating residual income, you got to get rid of attrition. You got to bring people into the business, help them become successful. Let me pop over here. All right, so I'm totally out of, so while social networks are a great source, okay, I'm going to pick, LinkedIn's the best, okay? Let me just get to that. Picking out people is as easy as reaching into a bowl of candy and pulling out the people that you know want what you have. But your profile has to be set up so that they would want to accept you. They would want to work with you. So you got recession victims, unhappy network marketers, active network marketers, customers. You know, you want to reach out to people that are active, and LinkedIn has made it easier. Over the summer, the only way you'd know is to see their posts. Now you can see comments, reactions. So you can pick out the people that you know are active. It is the world's largest professional network. It's no longer a secret, but millions of marketers are rushing to join it, and they are absolutely polluting LinkedIn. It's like locusts. I mean, we're getting millions of these people, and they're violating LinkedIn's terms of service. So you want to see what a swarm of locusts can do? The wheat is down here at the bottom. This is what the locusts did. People are creating these bogus profiles. This person reached out to me on Sunday. By Monday, LinkedIn already shot them down. They're also pitching. Do you keep your options open to making money? Would you be open to a side project? This stuff doesn't work. And all it does is depresses the public's interest in network marketing because nobody wants to do this. Nobody. Let me do something better than that. Let me come back over here. Well, let me pull up Joanne. Story. Joanne was a Melaleuca customer for 8 years. Now, I helped a woman go to senior director. I think it was 7 years ago. She went to senior director in 30 days. 30 days. That is a big deal. And back then, the company had a special promotion. If you had senior director by Christmas, they gave you a $10,000 bonus. Now, she didn't do it in an hour a day. All right. She put in 14 hours a day. But her why was huge. She got into the business. She used to be in a direct sales company. She was relatively successful. She got into Melaleuca the first year. She made it to director 2. And for the following 4 years, she was at director 2. Her husband was driving her crazy. He was giving her a hard time. She wanted to earn that 10 grand, put it in an envelope, give it to her husband, and say, so there. I don't know how you feel about I told you so. I love I told you so. Okay. So did she. So she makes it. As a result of that, the number of people that jumped into my programs in Melaleuca has expanded exponentially. I've coached 7 corporate directors. And to a certain extent, Melaleuca is now social media friendly because 8 years ago they weren't. For those of you that have been in it for a long time. So anyway, so Joanne and I started working together, and she was selling insurance. So after a couple, maybe it was a month, she realized, you know what? Everything that Max is teaching me, I can apply this to my regular full-time job. I can start selling insurance. So she did both. The first month, she doubled her Melaleuca business. The second month, it tripled. Her confidence level in Melaleuca went off the charts. But now she's also selling insurance like crazy. The insurance company that she's working for notices all of a sudden all this business she's doing. So what happens? They ask her, said, how are you doing all of this? She comes back and she says, well, I'm getting these people off of LinkedIn. They paid her $5,000 to train a group of insurance agents how to do it. They did it 4 times. She made an extra 20 grand. So she ends up calling in, I think it was about maybe 4 months ago, because one of the things I love about my students is they keep coming back to catch me up on what's going on. So this is what she had to say.
I mean, Max, what you've taught me, obviously I've applied to my network marketing business and it absolutely works. We know that. It's a fact. You've done it with me, you've done it with so many others. But, you know, one of the things I always say was what you teach us, we can apply to any job, any job. And it's the same technique, it's the same dance. And I've used it in the insurance world where I was recruiting for multiple agencies and using your technique. I remember one month I recruited 40 insurance agents in 1 month. You know, that's huge. And I know that you've worked with others that have built huge insurance agencies as well. Currently, I'm doing outside sales. I'm working for Republic Services, as you can see in my banner there. I have been with the company 2.5 months. I started in the beginning of May. And I told my manager when I was in the interview process how I thought that, you know, I can apply LinkedIn and explode, you know, this type of position. And it didn't register with him. And I waited and I said the first couple of weeks, I got to learn what I'm doing. I got that down. And then I said, I'm posting my first customer. So if you look back about a month, you'll see, you know, Go Auto, it was my first post, nothing fancy. And then about a week ago, I think I did 5 posts in a row. And one of my posts for Red Arrow Diner has gotten over 6,000 views between two, you know, it said, oh, do you want to post in the, you know, restaurant group or whatever? So this one here is a nonprofit, the one that you have right there. So they do mental health. And, you know, I got 23 likes on that and a good number of views. This one was a little restaurant in Nashua, and I think it was over 1,100 views when I saw it last. So what I'm doing is I've got a little twist, a little auto dealership. I think that one had about 1,200 views when I first looked at it last. And I'm not even really, the diner one's my favorite, the next one right there. So this diner, Red Arrow Diner, been around for 100 years. And I just posted me with some of the guys outside and one of the owners, 67 people liked it. So using your technique, I do a little post, and the only thing I'm saying about Republic Services is welcome to the Republic Services family. So just doing that, you know, is getting more engagement, more people within the company. But just in the last week or so, I've been asked, I trained my group of, you know, my office, and now I've got my division manager sending out messages talking about how because of these couple of posts that I've done, I had someone on LinkedIn that I connected with on the 25th of June with my message one that you taught, copy paste, and I got a sale from that. And he's got 10 gas stations. So I'm getting the first one in August. And, you know, as long as we deliver, which we will, I'll end up getting 10 locations from him seeing my posts that you taught us how to do. You know what I mean? So I have a little bit of a twist, but my manager sent out a message talking about how he sees the value of what I'm doing, talking about me being 310% of budget. Then it's gone out to the region. And now one of the division managers are reaching out. They're shocked at what I'm doing. They're talking about me training their leaders and their sales force. They have 40,000 people that work for Republic Services. And this is like, you know, breaking news using LinkedIn to do what we're doing here. I just think super cool. You know, it's like throwing that pebble in the water. And I just want to let you know, it's still having the ripple effect from what you and I have done.
So I have, I think 3 people on here that are, everybody that's on here, I think is a student. But I have 3 people here that are contemplating one-on-one coaching.
Why are they doing that, Matt? There's no question. The one-on-one coaching is where this all clicked for me. You know what I mean? And you know, after like my second session with you, we fixed the profile. You showed me the basics. I started running with it. I couldn't sleep at night. You know, once we started having our one-on-one sessions, I was getting up at 3, 4 in the morning, and I would start doing my connections, you know, doing what you taught me. And as you know, if you go back through our, trail there, I enrolled 3 people in one day when I was doing the network marketing. I got paid $5,000 to do 3 LinkedIn trainings for one of the insurance groups. Your training, your one-on-one coaching has opened up so many doors for me. So as time goes by, I always like to give you an update, to let you know how I'm doing, but it all stems back to that one-on-one training that we did. You know what I mean?
Yeah, were you surprised at how fast everything started to happen?
Initially, yeah. I mean, like, Max, I knew about you. I've heard about you from years before you and I had gotten together. I've watched some of the webinars that you had, but I mean, like, immediately when we first started working together, it just was like a snowball effect. But when I take that into other areas and see how it explodes, like, I can't tell you how excited I am about what I'm doing now. Seeing it with my upper management, how they're all like super,
Now, again, you're all heading down the same road. It all comes down to how many people are you talking to? And are we talking to the right people? So for Christmas, I'm going to put again in the chat links for the December boot camp and for the twofer, the December and January boot camps. Use the promo code Bigger Deal. You can participate in boot camp for $59. We're here to help all of you have an incredible Christmas. And bottom line, it starts with your profile. So Rufus, you've got some definite work to do. Hope to see all of you in boot camp tomorrow. And remind all of you that we have 2 Ask Max sessions tomorrow as well to help. My goal is to help everybody before the end of the month enroll 5 people. 5. So until next time, again, best of luck in building your business. God bless.